MoSCoW is a prioritization technique used in Agile product development to decide which requirements or features should be delivered first. The name MoSCoW represents 4 priority categories: must have, should have, could have, and won't have. The method helps teams focus on delivering the most valuable work within limited time, budget, and resources. It is widely used in Agile frameworks such as Scrum and Dynamic Systems Development Method, or DSDM, to guide product decisions and maintain focus on business value. The main purpose of MoSCoW prioritization is to ensure that the most critical requirements are delivered first. In any project, teams often face more work than they can complete within a sprint or release. Without clear prioritization, teams may spend time building low-value features while critical ones are delayed. MoSCoW provides a simple structure that helps stakeholders and teams agree on what truly matters. The first category in MoSCoW is must-have. These are the most critical requirements that the product cannot function without. If a must-have requirement is missing, the product or release would be considered a failure. For example, in an online shopping platform, the ability to place an order or process a payment would typically be considered a must-have feature. The second category is should have. These requirements are important but not absolutely essential for the product to operate. The system can still function without them, but their absence may reduce efficiency or user satisfaction. For example, a save payment method feature in an e-commerce platform might be categorized as should have because it improves the user experience but is not required for basic functionality. The third category is could have. These are desirable features that provide additional value but are not critical for the current release. If time or resources allow, these items can be included. However, if the team runs out of time, could have features are usually the first ones to be postponed to future releases. The final category is won't have, sometimes called won't have for now. These are requirements that stakeholders agree will not be included in the current release cycle. This doesn't necessarily mean they will never be implemented, but rather that they are intentionally deferred to avoid overloading the team or the release scope. MoSCoW prioritization is especially useful during backlog refinement and release planning. Product owners and stakeholders review potential features and assign each one to a MoSCoW category. This helps the development team clearly understand which items must be completed first and which ones are a bit more flexible if time becomes limited. Another advantage of MoSCoW is that it improves stakeholder alignment. Different stakeholders often have competing priorities, and everyone may believe their feature is the most important. By using MoSCoW categories, teams can facilitate structured conversations about value, urgency, and risk, which helps stakeholders agree on a realistic scope. MoSCoW also supports Agile principles such as delivering value early and responding to change. Because must-have items are identified first, the team ensures that the most valuable and critical functionality is delivered early in the development cycle. This reduces the risk of delivering incomplete or unusable products. Product owners often combine MoSCoW with other prioritization methods and metrics, such as customer feedback, business value, and technical dependencies. In Agile frameworks like Scaled Agile Framework, prioritization techniques like MoSCoW help ensure that teams focus on features that support strategic product goals. In summary, MoSCoW is a simple but powerful prioritization technique that helps Agile teams decide what to build first. By categorizing requirements into must-have, should have, could have, and won't have, teams can manage scope effectively, align stakeholders, and deliver the most valuable features within limited time and resources.